And here we go. Turn down that tavern music just a smidge. I'm going to leave that going on in the background for a bit of the show today. Hello and welcome to the Black Barrel Tavern. The Guildhall Gamers have gathered together for another little outing into our stories. We have our fairly usual cast, minus one player, Amaya. How's everyone feeling today?
I'd complain, but nobody's listening.
Correct.
I feel that in my soul, and I think I'm
I'd listen.
attacked.
I'm upright.
Yeah, against your wishes.
I'm legally alive, so
That's my line.
Well, that's better than Cassius.
I
I think he's
True.
legally dead. So,
No, I think Cassius is illegally alive.
oh, that's true.
Cassius is what happens when you die without permission.
Okay.
I didn't know you were a former American Marine.
Have you not seen Cassius eating crayons?
Hey, he stole those from me, fucker.
And they were delicious crayons.
No. Fucker's the one in your campaign.
We all know that fucker is part of the Air Force.
Fucker also helps out in the library.
Again, part of the Air Force.
It's a good plane too. They shot down a lot of German planes with the fuckers.
All right, let me do a little bit of cleaning as we get a recap. Who wants to do our recap today? And to all those that are looking for the VODs and repeats on YouTube, I am getting to it. It's just the spell slots to be able to make that work. But I'm getting there.
So we did a bunch of meetings and shit. I'm trying to think of specifics for others. We disturbed our newest companion quite a bit with
Yes.
how we came to be. Had a couple minor meetings. Big news is that Victoria managed to bring Sorka's parents back. Completely unexpected as we were making plans. Turns out our plans were made for us. So there are some reunions going on, and some information was brought to light regarding Dio's previous contacts having kind of been absorbed by his new contacts. And when he goes to address that, we've got a big nasty strong motherfucker from the White Rose chatting with my contact on the docks. And my DM is an asshole. That's what happened last session.
Quite the hairy eyeball there.
Who should we start with? Should we start with making Sorka possibly cry by heading upstairs? Or do we go with Dio talking with a elf with less feeling?
let's actually. I think Sorka would be good. That way, it's over and done with. What do you think, there, Raven?
I'm fine with that. Let's tear that band-aid off.
All right, Sorka. You get upstairs, led by Shiloh, and you get into the room. Your dad is actually like walking about and putting away clothes in the dressers. By all accounts, he is ready to just spend a good bit of his time here, not expecting to move anywhere. As soon as he hears the footsteps, he turns, looks at you, and smiles brightly. My dear Sorka, good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I wouldn't get too comfortable here.
Why do you say that? We were set up in this nice room. That nice lady, the tiefling, was able to arrange it. A bit of steps, but I can still manage them.
You don't want to be closer to me then?
You don't live inside the town?
No.
Well, you had set us up before with that nice home back in Sundera. I think I can trust my daughter another time to set up a nice place for her parents.
Like, the nice place for you will have to be built, but as a temporary solution, I would like you to come to the manor where I live, and we will get you set up in rooms that hopefully don't have as many stairs. And then build you a house that's all on one level, close by.
I think that we would like that. He looks over to Shiloh. You think we could have a moment? Yes, sir. Shiloh looks to you and gives you a quick pat on the shoulder as he heads out, closing the door. Your dad walks over to you as the door is being closed, and by the time you hear the door hit the latch, your dad is already giving you a big hug. And just one of those big bear hugs, pressing your back of your head to where your head is buried in his shoulder. Thank you.
I'm just so pleased that you're here. We were planning on trying to come and get you, and you almost magically appeared here.
Shiloh got this harebrained scheme after talking with a tiefling, and we figured if anything, it could be a nice surprise.
It's the best surprise.
I'd also gotten worried if we hadn't heard anything for a while.
I know, and I apologize for that. It's been crazy, I guess is the best word here. It seems like we bounce from one catastrophe to the next. I don't even know if that's the right word, but we'll use it for now. And things were kind of settling a bit, and I realized that I hadn't reached out. And honestly, the time has been one of those things these days where too much of it is going past before you notice that it's gone.
Sounds a lot like the early days before we left the Gold Rose.
It does.
I'm guessing most of the reason all of this chaos is going on is that elf you mentioned of last time. What's his name? Devin?
Dio?
Degenerate.
Yes. Dio.
Yeah. Him.
Is there anything I need to know about him?
No, there is not. He's a pain in my. And I'm just trying to make the best of the situation that has unfolded. And the people here need sorry, jumble of emotions, brain not working.
Okay. If I remember right, it's because of those big emotions that made your masks for you.
Yes. The people here deserved better than what they had prior to us getting here. And we are trying to make this entire barony an inclusive place where people don't have to worry about who or what they are. And that they have a place that they know that they are accepted and as safe as they can be in the world, with the world being the world. And I have a library. I can't wait to show it to you.
Make me so proud. And I look forward to seeing your library. Knowing you, it's going to be something almost as magnificent as you.
Okay, I'm doing pushing my foot around the floor, staring at it like, aw shucks kind of thing.
He chuckles. Heads over and sits on the bed. So, I'm guessing that I should probably be packing up my stuff again.
I'm sorry, but yes, it's going to take us a couple of days to get back to the manor. And honestly, you are welcome in town at any point. And Marius, please tell me that's the right name. The owner of the bar. I'm so terrible. Marcus. See, I had Marcus in my head, and I was like, no, that's not it. Marcus would be happy to see you, I'm sure, at any point. And we can make sure that, you know, you have a place here as well if you want to be in town.
My daughter. Not only a baron, but setting up a summer home for her summered parents.
You have been there for me every step of the way. You have made me who I am today. It's the only way that I can think to thank you is to allow you time in your age to be able to do what you would like to do.
I am beyond grateful. We should probably get things packing up.
Yep, I will help. And I'm going to use my telekinesis for that. Just to kind of like be like, hey, I learned something new.
As you start using telekinesis, he looks like a kid seeing a simple magic trick for the very first time. That look of awe and wonder. You've seen this look on his face every time you've shown him something new, magic-wise.
And yeah, like stupid geeky, like total. This is like I'm like completely geeking out now. I'm like, I found the best book. I found the best book, and it taught me all kinds of things. It's so cool.
You actually cast telekinesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me a d20.
Three.
Okay. Yeah, spell goes off without a hitch. Because you still have your book.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a d3 real quick.
Two.
When everything is finally done and put away, he smiles, locks up the suitcase and everything, and looks to you. And with the same big confident grin that you've seen on him many a time in his best days, he says, "All right, little angel. Are you ready for the big trip? Blue Rose is a better home, but I think we'll make it." Without having to roll any history check, you remember that this is something that he said from the inn that you first stayed at just before fleeing the Golden Rose.
And I will like kind of without missing a beat say, oh, like why did my brain blank on what our barony is? Oh my god.
Onyx Nightshade.
Thank you. I was like, and the Onyx Nightshade, even better.
Right. Right. Onyx Nightshade. Right. Guess
But
that
I
makes
wasn't
sense.
saying it like in a way to like remind. It was more of like
Yeah.
like
But
it wasn't me like trying to remind him where he was. Like I was like, then this one's even better. So like playfully, I was very playfully saying.
yes. Even in your playfulness, he seems to be finally noticing of he wasn't fully connecting where he was for a moment. And as he looks at you, from having looked away for a bit, regaining his bearings, he looks at you again as if recognizing you, having just come in. Gives you a nice warm smile. You've gotten so big since you've been gone.
Yes, I'm growing every day. And I'll let the fire kind of like play playfully across my eyes.
He chuckles and grabs the lighter of the luggage bags and starts making his way towards the door, giving you a hug as before reaching for the handle.
I'll grab the heavier one.
You make it downstairs. It takes a little bit longer, but it's to be expected.
Yeah.
When you get all the way down, Marcus is just setting out bowls of stew in with fresh bread. Ah, two more. Wanting anything to drink with your meals? I'll grab them real quick.
Yeah, just give us some ales all around. And then I'll walk with Marcus and be like I know that like all of everything is paid up. Can I leave a retainer just in case my parents want to come down here and spend time in town for a room? You don't have to keep rooms open for them. I can send a messenger ahead of time to let you know if they're going to be coming down, but just so that like we have something.
We'll have them set as retaining your room.
Okay.
And as far as paying a retainer, I have to talk with Dio on that, seeing as his lady friend seemed to have somehow met up with his bill.
Oh yeah, just let me know.
I will. But I'll make sure
You
everything's
know, we'll
set
always
for them.
take care of you. Like make sure that everything is taken care of with you.
I'll make sure to try and do my best to take care of them. If I'd known how important they were, it would have been a lot more of a carpet to roll out.
They wouldn't have wanted that, to be honest. It's probably better that the carpet wasn't rolled out. Like they don't mind flying under the radar. I just appreciate your hospitality as always.
I do what I can. Why I'm a barkeep. Why I own a full tavern. He brings out the food and drinks and you're able to catch up a little bit more with Marcus, as well as your parents and Shiloh. The other two have stepped out for a short bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Theo,
Yes.
now that we have a bit of waterworks in the background, you are face to face with someone that you recognize, though I'm not sure if you ever got their name.
Nope.
That's fine. This is fine.
Our last meeting was interesting, and I believe too many moving parts were going around. I don't believe I ever got your name. You, of course, know me. I'm Dio.
Yes. Baron Dionysus. And no, you did not get my name. Mainly because the Belladrox did not wish for me to interrupt most of our meeting.
Here stands our chance to correct that.
Yes, it would be a good chance. But unfortunately, we have more pressing issues.
It would be nice to know how to address you. If you don't give me a name, I'm going to call you Carl.
You can refer to me as Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Carl. Or Dan.
Just Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Dan. How can I help you, Lieutenant?
It seems that after some necessary cautions had been set aside, a particular asset had left our barony. It fulfilled the purpose that drove it for our presence to be called upon. But alas, what strange fate to know that it has ended in your hand. Just wish to make sure that this particular asset is not going to be a liability to anyone, especially us.
I don't like you talking about people like assets. Like they're objects.
Is a cadaver not just a thing that is left behind after someone passes?
Well, he seems to have quite the emotional range and a slew of desires and free will, so I've yet to meet an object as such. And do tell me, are you responsible for his impaired living?
No.
Do you know who is?
In a manner of ways, yes.
I'm sure he would like to know that.
That person is already long dead. Knowing that the asset is no longer a viable commodity and the person has once again come forth, a wellness check is probably long past due, but thankfully we don't have to be too concerned about any asset issue. If what you're saying.
I'm sure you're an observant fellow, and you see the giant fucking building going up over there?
I have heard of this town's preparations for a brothel, yes.
That would be Cassius's work, his brainchild. He's as living as you or I, in all the ways that matter. He's an asset to the team, but he is a person.
That does ease some worry. But again, I would strongly advise a wellness.
Well, I see him every day, and he's perfectly well. But if you're interested, go sit down, have a show, get some entertainment. Make your patronage known, and I'm sure you'll see him walking around.
Not interested in such shows.
Your loss. We just got back to town, so he's making his way over there. I do warn you, though, the stirring trouble in town. You know of what we want, and these people are motivated to protect their interests. Please don't cause a scene. I know we have some guards that are just raring to go and test themselves. Keep it civil.
Always.
And he stays. You're not taking him anywhere.
Understood. O Baron.
We have a tentative agreement between our lands, and I would hate to cause tension because while he's not on the paperwork, he's invaluable to the running.
I have noticed that one of your members that you had signed with you is now head of your guard.
Indeed. He decided that position was a little much for him. But we have no lack of talent around here.
As I can tell.
It's been a short time, but we've accomplished much. Most of that from trusting in our people.
The fates have treated you well.
Oh, not as well as you might think. The fates are playing games.
Don't all with higher power.
You and the Belladrock should know better than most.
I do what I have been told. Necessity that I have.
Seriously, go see a show, get the stick out your ass, make your little checks, and have some fun. You're over here playing cards with that young man. It's not like, or is it all just a job for you?
Would you like the other bagel?
Sure. Thanks.
The job brings.
Do you know how to smile? If you're enjoying yourself, you should smile more.
He leans in closer. Is that what you tell all of the women? Steps back and then looks to the Rat King. I guess our little lesson is over. Bows head to the Rat King, looks to you. Until next time. Dear Baron.
Cheerio.
He heads off and starts moving his way through the crowd in the docks. Do you watch him as he leaves?
Mm-hmm.
Despite his brilliantly white suit, metallic skin and hair, about 3 people deep into the crowd, you lose sight of him. And it's not a very big crowd. It's people working on the dock. The fact that he just vanished seems impossible.
I turn to the other two. I don't know why he just keeps shoving that stick further up his ass.
Honestly, dear Baron, he's not that terrible of a person.
I never said he is. I just don't trust him.
Honestly, same. Then again, I also learned to never trust anyone who is that visually willing to I'm glad that he taught me what he did.
Oh, what did he teach you?
How to spot marks from a farther distance.
Yeah, I definitely don't trust that fucker. I'm guessing he wasn't too dissimilar to us in his younger years.
However long ago that was.
Yeah, however many centuries ago that was. But
I am so glad to only be half elven. As decades go, never sleeping must wear on you.
I mean, I find it refreshing.
You can't be more than a decade, right?
You mean a century? Thereabouts.
Decade, century, elves count time differently, don't you?
I mean, true. Everyone seems to think I'm a womanizer, but I haven't been laid in at least damn near a decade since that one job.
I don't think you're a womanizer, I just think that you're sad. But seriously, the whole, like, telling people you should smile more often. He smiled, kind of, when I actually picked up what he was teaching.
I'm pretty sure that was just a muscle spasm from keeping his face so straight.
Whatever it was the most unnerving thing I have seen in my life.
That's what happens when you find the longest pole you can and sit and spin until it disappears.
Like a bag of holding.
If you notice, most of these barons don't get with their people. They sit high and mighty, and the ones close to them think themselves above the rest. How much time do we actually spend at the manor?
Good point. Though, from talking with one of the, or are they delegates from the Black? She's a lot like, she aspires to be among her people as much as you are. But then again, like, you're here. No offense, you head up to Vesper. They may respect you for your station, but
We intend to change that, but Mandan here is going to be the capital.
first I've heard of it. But I'm gonna say I'm upset.
I think most of us are in agreement on this. We've dedicated the most time here so far, and a lot of our projects are taking place here. And Mandan right now is the starting point for commerce flowing through our land. It makes sense to make sure everything here is settled before we devote too much time on the others.
Right.
Vespin and everything, we plan on traveling there and spending time with the people, but it has been a hectic, as someone pointed out to me recently, 6 months.
Hard to believe, right?
I could have swore it's been only a handful of weeks, but again, elves, time, what do you know?
Yeah.
And starting a new barony, puts a lot on your plate and you lose track of time. Especially when you're not really into the politics and have to get your hands dirty with a lot of things.
Well, I'm glad that you guys get your hands dirty here.
But on the note of getting their hands dirty, my wonderful friend here said something interesting, that the Rat Kings found a vacuum and soaked up a whole bunch of contacts.
Yeah, kinda found your network. I figured, you know, you dropped it on your way here, like picking up a loose wallet and knowing who it belongs to. And seeing as you're in mine, I'm kidding. Mostly. So I am in your pants.
You only wish. We're
No,
both-
seriously. Like he shifts, he adjusts the pants that he's wearing.
Did I give up my pants then too? I thought it was just the boots.
No, you walked away stark naked,
That's true.
and we are very similar size. That's actually how I was able to take her network. Is technically you didn't leave a major vacuum. You gave your network to me.
You are one resourceful, sneaky little fucker.
What can I say? I'm learning from the best.
And my memory's not wrong, right? The tiefling is Victoria, right?
Yes.
So, on that note, Victor, I would like you to meet Victoria. I seem to be drawn to the V's of this world.
Victoria just rolls her eyes. If only.
She's like a niece to me. In all the ways but blood. Although she would much rather I didn't view her as such. But in that network, you might have known that many of them dropped by the Singing Toad.
Yeah.
She is and has been my right hand.
I'm wounded. What am I? The left?
Yes. You know, good for a change of pace every now and then.
Thanks.
Anyway, I'm not taking away your position at all, but Victoria can't seem to keep herself out of my networks, and she's made the move over here, so you two should get friendly, as you will be spearheading the growth of the network together. She knows my style more in depth than you, though you are picking it up quickly. But I want you two to work together.
I think we can manage. Yes, I do quite hope so.
Victoria, it's interesting that Victor here is the grandson to one of the Mandan Council. He's an enterprising youth that wants to make his own way, if not have his name shouted from above, similar to me.
Honestly, the idea of being connected to one of the elected elders, it got me a job, but unlike some that came before me in this town, I don't want nepotism to be the reason that I'm good.
No, and that's why I took an interest, because you weren't writing on your family name. The name you're becoming known for is the Rat King, and only in certain circles.
Yeah. Though the good news about being only known as the Rat King is if things go sideways and I have to pass it along, there can always be a Rat King.
Indeed.
That actually does bring me to a interesting thing, though. Something that our associate pointed out to me during our little lesson. Having this network is useful, and preparing for all inevitabilities is also very useful. But what happens when someone else decides that the network or even other networks, groupings that are connected to you all in the barony, what happens if that turns sour? I've redirected people before while you were actually away.
Not all connections are stable. I've had to cut branches before.
I'm talking about what if a weed pops up?
We deal with it. Right now, I think the network is primed to be able to shift focus if necessary. War is coming.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we are too new to be a major player in it, in a conventional sense. If anyone puts their eyes on us and we haven't made enough friends, we're stamped out. That's the reality. We're not big enough, we're not established enough, and we don't have enough loyalty yet.
That's why I think there should be another branch. He pointed this out, and it shows how well established their network is. He found all of the problems. All the problems I already knew about, and pointed out 3 more on top of it. It's probably even more still. There's no network that's perfect. I get that. But I think there should be that second branch. I would bet never setting on the Jasper again. That scary motherfucker is the head of his Bellatrox's second network. And we need that here.
I won't take that bet with you, I guarantee it too. What do you say, Victoria? You want the second network?
He sits there for a moment, trying to put the pieces together before it finally fully clicks. Are you actually asking me be the head of your assassins?
Weren't you just telling me that you felt disheartened by losing the other network, but you wanted a challenge?
It's a challenge.
If you don't want it, I'll run it directly.
You're the Baron. If anyone finds out that a Baron is in the head of...
How many aliases of me do you know?
Are we including the Streetwalker Lilith or not?
I mean, she is an alias, yes.
At least 15?
So you only know half of them. I've never been one to let too much lead back to myself. But I'm asking if you would like the responsibility. Of course, you both report to me. But I'm giving you the option to have more direct control over a network. And don't pretend that you haven't facilitated similar.
You're right. You're right. The Singing Toad has facilitated much more
Than just my minor smuggling operation. Not necessarily on a long-standing basis or with long-term contracts, but when the price is right, I know your scruples.
I'm in. But it's not going to be cheap. Starting a guild takes capital and time, mostly the latter.
Mm-hmm. That's why the next construction project is going to be under the Raven's Roost. Victor is my web. You're going to be the wings. Silent, fast, and gone just as quickly as you came.
You know, I've always thought that if I was going to take a moniker of any kind, that I wasn't going to use my father's or one connected to his. Being connected to the Raven's Roost, I think I have a good idea. If Victor here is your Rat King, I guess I will be your Raven Queen.
That's sure to tweak some Celestial's feathers. Love it.
Small note. That particular title has not been grabbed in my setting.
I know. If I'm breaking the fourth wall but to a different fantasy IP, is it a fifth wall?
Technically, that would be like 16 walls. There's a fourth wall break to a fourth wall break, then into another fourth wall break.
That's 64.
Yeah. Fourth cubed. All right. So I've got my Rat King and my Raven Queen, and I'm just the spider pulling the web. Victor, I want you to strengthen the smuggling lines, because when war comes, we're going to be supplying the people that need it.
You got it.
And we don't want it to be completely unknown. Deliberately leave breadcrumbs when it matters. Nothing to get us in trouble, but just so that the people who are benefited know who their benefactor is.
I already have plans.
It'll keep some of the heat off of us when tensions really break. And again, no dealings with purple. Unless you're robbing them blind.
Got it. Any others that you say that we should have as a off the map?
Well, I'm sure your impression of the lieutenant there has told you don't fuck with white too much.
I've heard of the paperwork. We're allied with them. Why would I fuck with an ally?
Exactly.
Besides, enough iron passes through us over to them. Though, it's been making me think a lot lately. They import iron like crazy. Yet they don't have a lot of iron weaponry or iron armor or stuff like that. The hell do they use all that iron for?
That's a good question.
Every time I've probed in, it makes it 3 miles out of a port and vanishes. Victoria nods, looking a bit confused. That is something I've noticed too. Sorry, it's Vivian, not Victoria.
Vivian.
We were close. Vivian
It would work
nods.
better with Victoria.
It would be funny. We'll go with Vivian.
Every time I've looked into it myself, it all heads towards 3 major cities. The capital, and 2 small towns near the mountains that skirt their northern border.
Has there been an uptick recently in imports?
For my paperwork, now that I can tell.
Hmm.
A little bit of food, but everyone's preparing for war. What do you expect? Stockholding food, especially stuff that you can dry out for a long period.
Yeah, I can't begin to guess what the iron is for, though I'm sure you've noticed that with the lieutenant there, and it's more noticeable with the Belladrox, that they are not a type of Eladrin you've seen before. Pretty exclusive.
I can tell you for sure that one isn't a Eladrin. That's a full-blooded elf.
Yeah. Even still. The Belladrox is an Eladrin. That's an elf. And of a particular flavor that is not seen in any other land.
Yeah.
The Belladrox is the progenitor of a new race. Could be that the iron has some purpose in that.
Hey. Isn't Cassius's skin a little shimmery? And on that, we're going to cut over to Cassius.
Cassius, you're about to get dissected.
I mean,
And actually, dissected
not
would be
without a
right
fight.
because he's technically not alive. It's not a vivisection; it's a dissection.
So Cassius, I'm pretty sure you're working on...
Regardless, it's happening with a fight.
I'm pretty sure that you are working on the... on
Siren
the Siren
Sanctuary.
Song right now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm at the Siren Sanctuary.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're working in one of the rooms?
I forgot the new character's name. The
Fubar?
Dragonborn monk. Rhubarb?
Yeah.
Like the vegetable, correct? Rhubarb?
No. Well, no.
Fubar.
Fucked
Fubar,
up. All
the
right.
acronym.
Okay. Yeah, last I remember, I was dragging Fubar to come check out the Siren Sanctuary when we hit town. So I would probably going through like the big theater, which I don't know how far construction is on it. I know it was being worked on, but I'll just be like, okay, so this is going to be where the bar is, right? We're gonna have tables here. Don't want to be too crowded, and just going through all of it. And show you that there's like balconies up the side over the bar. Like it is
Mhm.
elaborate.
And I'm keeping up with that. No issues at all.
Yeah, like show you. Yeah, and I'll show you the back, like where the whole like stage area. Like I will show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Cassius, as you're showing... I love this fucking group.
I didn't realize we were that kind of friends.
Cassius, as you're showing Fubar around. When you get up to the balcony on the second floor, you see that there is a person in a white suit that is sitting at a table in the far corner. So you walk up one side, they are on the exact opposite corner range. And at their table, they only have one open seat. Like the other chairs have been moved away. and this person,
So they're on the far side balcony.
they're on the far side of the balcony.
Okay.
Roll me a history check at advantage.
So that is an 11.
That is an 11. You think you recognize them. You can't
This is
exactly
the
place
person.
where, but you recognize them.
Well, if I remember correctly, like vaguely in like dreams.
Yeah.
Hey, Fubar,
Yes.
you see someone sitting over there, right? I'm gonna point him out.
Do I?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
They're wearing a clean white suit and their skin is partially
Porcelain?
metallic.
Partially metallic.
Shiny like mine.
Okay.
Shinier, actually.
Ooh, shinier.
I definitely see someone there.
Okay, okay.
Why?
I think I've seen him before, but I'm not 100%.
Okay, but that still doesn't answer why I would not see them.
Well, like if you saw something in a dream, and then you see it in real life, you're like, wait, did I actually see that, or did I think I saw that? You know what I'm saying?
Ah, yes. Okay.
So, I guess
They look
I'll go
real.
talk to him. Do you want to? Don't not like maybe just like let me take the lead and like a little bit of, but don't go too far. I guess is what I'm saying. I don't.
Yep. No worries. There's so much to look at. I'll be up here for a while.
Outstanding. Maybe they just want to know more about the tavern.
From how you're talking, I doubt it.
Yeah, me too. And with that, I will start making my way over to the stranger and
That is the image of the person you see.
I already don't like them.
As a
Not
note,
good.
that rapier that you see in the model, you don't see that on their person.
Okay. Even more worrying. Because like we've been walking around and like they didn't walk by us, correct?
Nope.
Right.
Not that you noticed. Anyways.
Right, but they're in a bright white suit, so if me and Fubar didn't notice, like somewhat like something's wrong. So, yeah, I will walk over towards that person in white and stop like, I don't know, 10 foot from them.
As you get close to the table, you notice that there is a glass of whiskey with a fairly large ice cube in it in front of the open seat. And they're holding a glass of water.
So, is there something I can do for you? Still
Yes,
can't stand and put away.
I was hoping to have a conversation. I would have preferred
Okay.
alone, but your friend can stay.
Yeah, he's over there. He's just showing him around. It's this is the Siren Sanctuary. Are you new in town?
I'm not planning to stay long, Cassius.
You see, that's some unnerving shit right there.
How have things been since you have arrived in this?
Okay, I'll answer your question, but then I'll you answer one of mine.
Deal.
Is that still the question you want to go with?
Yes.
Admittedly, at first, some people were a bit taken back by someone who was living impaired, but overall, like I've received a very warm welcome, and I mean good with the Barons here, which have you met any of the other Barons?
Yes.
Okay. That will be your question.
How is it actually having a stable existence since your return?
I mean, if by stable you mean like how has being like having a like one place to be in, like that's been good. But if you mean like my next question was going to be, am I stable? Like, how long does this last? And I keep like pointing at myself.
If the calculations have been done properly and best of my knowledge, they were, should be stable for at least a century.
All right. I cannot live with that.
Are you saying that time is too long?
No, I'm saying I can, because I can't say I can live with that because I can. So like I can like not live with it, like. So you're definitely not the one who made me.
No. Your rage and vengeance made you. I was there just simply during the stabilization.
So I was so mad I didn't die correctly.
Effectively, yes.
I mean, I assume it's more complicated than that, but to be fair, give me some slack on that. So do you have any more questions?
He stands up and moves closer to you.
Do I
veer
see
back.
this?
Him moving closer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come within move range. I'm not liking this.
Yeah, if he moves quickly towards me, I'm rearing back, at least in just anticipation. I guess holding an attack.
He isn't moving very quickly, but he does move with like a sense of purpose.
Hmm.
And like as he stands up, he makes sure his hands are all the way on the table, and as he moves closer, he actually folds his hands and moves closer to you. Like with his hands like folded in front of him.
I will use magical awareness, and it's like detect magic, but it's 60 foot as long as it's not behind total cover from the magical wild magic barbarian.
The bracers that he's wearing give off a magical aura, and you do recognize that since you've been using that, the very, very, very faint magic that your skin gives off, which you can attest to, your skin is kind of metallic. Of course it would be like some kind of magic. His is tenfold. He doesn't register as like a magic item, so detect magic probably would ignore him. But you are very close to like one of the source points of that kind of thing. You recognize it.
Okay. Still wary.
As he gets closer to you, there's about 5 feet between you two when he stops. I see that you once were has grown much more than we could ever hope.
Who is we?
The White Rose has been interested in you for quite a while. Finding out that someone can will themselves back to life is interesting development, to say the very least. As such, happy that you have grown into a person, and are no longer a screaming weapon.
Did I scream all the time when I was like that or something?
At very least, you couldn't speak much. Yelling, screaming, and grunts were your form of communication.
Hmm.
Teaching you Hordun once again was a task unto it.
So did y'all brainwash me?
Now, but we did make it so that way you shouldn't decay for
I do
quite a
appreciate
while.
that. Maybe I'll get chrome dipped next time.
Not necessarily sure about Chrome, but he slowly opens up his hands. You see a level of concentration on his face as he grabs the edge of his coat, reaches in and pulls out a small vial that is filled with a bit of what looks to be molten iron, and holds it out to you. The muscles on his arms look to be strained as he is like slowly extending his hand.
I will securely like grab the vial and pick it up.
He slowly brings his hand back, refolding his hands. That is a final gift. We had left before we could administer the last one.
Oh. I didn't get you anything.
For lack of better thoughts, you already have. Something I did not expect nor ask for. But I am pleased with it, nonetheless.
Well, thank you. And I don't know what your name was. You were just creepy and told me my name.
There are a few that I give that particular information to.
You look like a Dan to me.
Nexidol.
With I am holding the vial in my left hand. With my right hand, I hold out my right hand and for a handshake. It's like, pleasure to meet you. I'm Cassius.
He very slowly and with again muscles strained, lightly grips your hand. You notice that as soon as like your hands meet, it sounds a little bit like two people with like chainmail gloves on, gripping hands.
That's a way better analogy. I was thinking of like two, baked potatoes in aluminum foil rubbing.
By the way, it is that is his name spelled out.
Okay.
He gives your hand a very slow shake before pulling his hand back.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. I'd say you should come by the Siren Sanctuary when it's fully open. But I don't think you would.
Seeing as it is your main creation, I might. At very least to see how much progress you have.
I hope you come by.
As a note, Cassius, when you pull your hand back, you feel very faintly like there's something that has been left in perfectly left in the crook of your hand.
Okay.
He takes a half step back, bows to you, turns over, looks to Fubar, bows to you as well, and then walks over towards the stairs and starts leaving.
What are you leaving my hand?
He left a note.
Okay. I'm gonna read it.
I'm sending it to you now.
Hopefully that doesn't hypnotize you.
Right. I turn around and just start Frankenstein walking, just knock me out.
I will try.
So it looks like Cassius might be hypnotized by the note. Like he's just staring at it.
Okay.
Cassius, if I
Sorry.
remember right, you speak Elven, right?
I don't believe. No, I do not speak Elven.
What are your languages again? I'm trying to remember.
Celestial, Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Giant, and Undercommon.
All right. Yeah, it is written in it's written in Hordonsu, which is this continent's version of Common.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, after Cassius just stares at that letter for a second, he'll eventually be like, "Oh yeah, doing stuff," and realize that Fubar's still standing over there.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah.
You sure? I think you might need a drink.
Let's go to the bar.
Apparently, you were saying?
Yeah, apparently that person helped me. You know how I'm not alive? They were some part of that process, basically.
Okay. That's weird and interesting. Okay, well. So at least we know you weren't an accident.
Well, they said I raged myself back to life, so that's kind of cool.
That is okay.
I mean, I know I'm not like a book person like Sorka, but like I've never heard of it. I've never heard of being mad so much you stop dying.
And I think you got the point right there. It's you stopped dying, not that you came back from the dead.
Yeah. Well, like I remember dying. Like I hit the ground, and I guess that's pretty accurate though.
Okay. Well, I guess your creator, or one of your creators. Now the question is, what did he want from you?
Seemed like he was just checking in on me, like making sure I wasn't, I guess, rampaging.
No, that's selective.
Well, like it's a controlled rampage. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's go get that drink.
Yep.
Speaking of drinks, I think we will take our, 15.
Sounds good.
See you all after the break. Go. All right. Have returned. And as usual, after every break range, Fubar seems to sink lower into the floor.
Yes and no in this case. There's a few things that caught my attention, and I completely forgot what they were. Oh well.
I'm just pointing out the fact that every time that we come back from a break range, your camera is always pointed up just like a bit higher every time, so you just kind of sink further down.
Okay. Well, yeah, I wanted to ask something and I don't remember anymore.
It'll probably come back to you like right when we're getting ready to finish. As I note to any of our viewers, this cute little bugger is basically our mascot at this point, and it should probably have a name at some point. And I want to actually hand it to the viewers what their name should be. Because I know that we'll all come up with some extremely out there range, but this is something that's going to be like branded to the tavern as time goes on. And I just think like a displacer beast connected to the tavern or something similar. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. Anyways, when last we left off before our little break, I do remember that Cassius got that interesting note. And Dio had recently set claim for a new range of organization, growing his Porto Shadows, and Sorga was crying into soup. The day continues on without much any other issues. As evening rolls around, you all are able to get a good bit of rest. The new day comes, and I know that Sorka is currently planning on heading back to the manor with family. What are the rest of you planning?
I need to check in with Eula, see if she's made any progress on projects.
In my case, unless Cassius doesn't want me around, I'm tagging along.
Oh yeah, you're welcome to tag along.
Would Dio check with me because I'd like to see if she needs any more books or anything sent out.
Yeah, if I'm planning on visiting Eula, I'll pop by the tavern. Because I think
Eula is staying at the tavern.
Eula's still at the tavern too, so.
And if I've already bumped into her at morning meal or whatever, I would have asked her if like the books that she has are good or if I need to find any others.
Yeah, as you bump into her, she's actually sitting with books propped up on other books in front of her while eating, looking at them, and as you ask if they're good, she nods. Yes, they are very helpful. Though going up to the manor might yield more useful ability with access to more of your library.
Well, my family and I are planning to head that way today. You are more than welcome to join us, and I can pull you up in my room that's associated with the library where I spend a good bit of my time. I am willing to give that up for you to have full access to the library at all hours.
You are too kind. She starts closing up books and getting them reorganized into like neat stacks. As she's getting them organized, Dionysus, that's when you head in.
Oh, good. Sorka, Eula, how are you ladies doing today?
Just fine.
Well,
Sorka, you bringing your folks back to the manor?
I am, and I am absconding with Eula as well.
Oh, excellent. Well, I should be following you in a day or two. A couple other things to arrange here in town. Eula, any progress on those multi-use paired sending stones?
I think I have it sorted. Just a bit more rune work to figure out.
Excellent. Well, there should be a ample amount of resources up at the manor as well. If we could get those, that would be fantastic.
Sending is a difficult spell to work with.
I understand. I am capable of casting if that helps.
It's not the spell per se, but the properties of the stones themselves.
Anything we can assist with?
Just more reading material to figure a work around.
Well, then I think you're going to the right place. Anyway, then it looks like you two are all squared away. Anything you need from me, Sorka?
Not that I know of at this point.
Well, then I am feeling useless up here.
At least he finally admits it.
Just so you're aware, Sorka, the lieutenant from the White Rose was in town asking about Cassius. So,
Is everything okay? Is Cassius okay?
as far as I'm aware, I didn't hear any explosions.
Okay, maybe I'll go and check on Cassius before we head out.
I was actually on my way over. I can send you a message if you'd like.
Yes, please do. If if he needs anything, we can stop by there before we head out.
Excellent. Yeah, I didn't want to delay your trip at all. I was just coming by to check on Eula and happened to run into you. I didn't get the feeling that anything untoward would happen, but I think Cassius's connection to the White is a little deeper than any of us originally thought.
Well, I mean, they are our allies, so hopefully that's a good thing.
We can hope.
Yep.
Did you have a nice time catching up with your parents?
Yes, I mean, emotional as always, but it's good to see them again, and I feel terrible for having lost contact with them for so long.
But all's well ends well, and you're able to. We have the resources to provide for them better than ever. So.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, take care.
You as well.
I'm gonna go arrange some things with some builders and check on Cassius.
Okay, yeah, let me know if you need anything.
Will do. Then I'll head over to the Siren Sanctuary because I'm sure that's where I'll find Cassius.
Oh yeah.
Is Cassius still out of it?
Cassius, like as soon as we go down, like Cassius said, let's get a drink. He didn't say like a beer. Cassius is drinking, and not like cool drinking, not like sexy like drink. No, like Cassius is like great, like just drowning his blues, like old country song drinking.
So the bartender has moved a keg over in front of Cassius. At this point.
I'm just dipping a tankard into the toward the top, like take the top of the keg off and just dip a tankard in and.
Cassius, good to see you're still kicking.
He turns to the side a little bit and kicks his feet. Yeah. Do you know a person in a white suit?
Metallic skin, stick up his ass.
Yeah, like not this metallic, but like way more metallic, you know?
Yeah, Lieutenant Dan.
I thought he looked like a Dan too.
I'm sure Dan's not his name, but he's a prickly fellow.
Okay, well, apparently Dan knows how I was created. I don't think I got all of it quite, but essentially, I was so mad, I stopped dying. Right? Isn't that what we were saying?
Yeah, that's what we're figuring.
I mean, can you teach other people? That's a useful thing.
That'd be cool. I could try. I don't.
But yeah, he said he was here for you. I warned him off doing anything drastic, though I don't think that was his intention. Made it clear that you're a valuable member of our team.
He seemed to come to the same conclusion. He from what I overheard, there was a positive interaction.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It wasn't a bad interaction. I was like, I thought I had seen him before. Like I had recognized him, but then like I've never seen him. But like it was like deja vu. Like I had seen him before, but I'd never actually seen him. If you know what I'm saying. So I thought he wasn't there, but it was. So I was a little hesitant, but like it was. We were both amiable. We were both in a good conversation.
Well, good. And trust me, I think I have a better understanding of what you're saying than you might expect. Let Sorka know that you're okay, all right?
Oh, what the fuck is this? And I pull out that little vial. He said it was a gift.
I'll check on that in a second. Sorka, Cassius is fine, though. You know I like my breakfast beer. He's taking that and ratcheting it up to 20. But we'll be fine. I'll take care of him.
Okay, see that no harm comes to him.
It's not like he won't stop breathing.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes and tell my family that and Eula that like whenever they're ready we can head out.
Vile, he gave you this?
Yes.
Let me see.
He didn't seem to be the giving type.
No, he doesn't.
Right?
I'll take it and I'll cast Identify.
Trying to figure out how much he can give you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, my apologies.
It is faintly magical. Roll me a medicine check at advantage.
Medicine.
Medicine.
Okay. Sometimes I like being a jack of all trades.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I only have one skill that is less than a +3.
What one's that?
Athletics. Medicine is a +4.
Well, you are a smart-ass motherfucker.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. You know that this is... First of all, this is not a potion. Per se. It is... mostly a liquefied steel mixed with blood that you can't quite identify. Like, you know it's elven of some kind, but that's the kind of elven you're not quite sure of. As well as some herbs that you have come to understand are good healing herbs.
Yeah. With it being a mix of blood and it seems almost an alchemical metal. Can I make some kind of check to see if this triggers the whole massive amounts of iron being imported into White Rose?
Yes, you're pretty sure that this is one of the reasons why.
I set the vial back in front of Cassius. I'm not going to lie, I would like to experiment with that, but I don't think it'll harm you.
Okay. Cassius will open it and down it. Yeah.
All right. Cassius, as you down this liquid, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay.
Can I throw on an inspiration?
No, because this is a what's happening in the moment is outside of the privies of your character's being your character in fashion being able to impose anything, including the inspiration throw.
Okay.
So that's a total of 24.
That's at disadvantage?
Oh, no, that is an 18. Sorry. I rolled a 10 and a 16. So, and it's plus 8. So disadvantage would be
I didn't
10,
expect it to be low. As
I'm
the
not a
liquid
cheat,
goes
I'm
down,
just bad at numbers.
as the liquid starts going down your throat, you have the first sense urge of like maybe you're going to throw up as every old nick and wound from you being dead seems to be noticeable, starting from inside your mouth, down your throat, into your stomach, and then it just starts radiating throughout your entire body. The initial pain is almost unbearable, and you see your vision starts getting to like a white hot sense. And just as it starts to feel as though you might pass out from all of this molten metal inside of your body that you are now noticing, your vision starts to clear, and you finally get more of your memory back as your mind hones in and heals some. I want you to increase your base movement speed by 5 permanently.
Okay.
And while you were originally considered as formerly human on your character sheet, you are not losing anything, but you are now going to count as also part elven, specifically subsection of a steel elf.
Half steel elf.
You are now considered as half steel elf.
That's fucking cool.
Is he shinier?
Not necessarily shinier, but it looks like the tarnished metal that is his outer body is now more polished. So like all the scratches and dents and all that are still there, but like
Buffed out.
yeah, you've basically been buffed out a little bit.
It's still that weird, like you can tell it's skin, but it's just got a metallicness to it, though.
Yes.
Well, my friend, it looks like you became more of a chrome corpse.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
Where can I get more of that?
I guess it would be from Dan.
Is that really his name?
Oh.
With that, I don't know. I need you to make a deception check.
Excellent. I am such a badass at deception. Total of 5.
Yeah. I just give you a look and let it drop.
I understand that you understand and appreciate you not saying anything.
Well, that was some gift that old Stick Up His Ass gave you, and you doing okay?
Yeah. Do I look like him? Like outside of just the metal skin?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
No. Not that you can tell. Dionysus and Fubar, you do notice that Cassius's eyes do now kind of have the same coloration as the lieutenant's. They're very similar. You know, as if someone was related. Your
Could be.
features haven't changed. Your ears are still rounded as they have ever been.
Well, other than your eyes, you're pretty much the same from what I'm seeing.
I think that was a little bit more personal of a concoction.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I have a question for you, though, Cassius.
Yes.
I know some of my friend's crew was helping with the construction underneath.
Mm-hmm.
That's mostly finished now, isn't it?
I will double check with Quaz, but
At least the
I believe.
more secret areas.
I believe it is DM. Can I double check with you?
Yes. The more secret areas are almost complete.
They're pretty close to done.
Once they're done, I need them up at the manor.
Oh, okay.
We've got a project under the tavern.
I like it.
So just let the crew know that as soon as they wrap up with that, because they were separate from the other builders, that they're needed up at the tavern.
I will absolutely let them know.
Thanks.
So are we all heading back up to the manor?
Sorka's already on her way. I wanted to check on you if you've got more business in town. If you want to hang out at the sanctuary here or just hang out, then be my guest. I think I'm going to float around for another day or two before heading up myself.
Okay. Just let me know when you're heading up. I'll head back with you.
All right. Did Tala go with Sorka?
Yes.
And I'm sure Wells has some stuff to finish up, but yeah, I'll let you guys know. And we should head up to the manor again here in a couple days, because I think at least I am getting stir crazy again.
What do you mean by stir crazy?
I don't like politics and bureaucracy and paperwork.
Then why'd you become a baron?
I didn't mean to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're
You're
the
weird.
Fubar, I don't know if you've been around barons much.
You're not normal.
No.
You're purple dragonborn.
Amethyst. Get it right.
Like, okay, purple gemstone dragonborn.
How many barons do you know that regularly spend their time amongst the people and handling the more difficult missions themselves.
No.
Exactly. That's the type of people we are, or at least I am. I know Sorka would like to spend time in her library more, but she still follows us. Well, has some extenuating circumstances that drive him out of town on the missions. But none of us grew up in the lap of luxury. I don't think any of us know how to deal with being seen as above everyone. I get antsy. I don't like to be holed up doing paperwork and being a bureaucrat. So I'm getting stir crazy because little too much bureaucracy over the last couple days.
I can understand that. You've been doing a lot of stuff that I'm not understanding, so.
Let's keep it that way.
Fine by me. Hey, you're doing all the heavy mental lifting there. Not my forte.
All right, well, I will leave you two to it. And Cassius, if you need anything, let me know.
I will, Dio. Thank you. And Cassius turns back around and goes and starts finishes the beer he was on. I didn't ask
Actually,
him who it
real
was.
quick, Cassius, with that little infusion, I'm curious.
Want me to hit him?
No,
Oh.
does heat metal affect you?
I don't
DM
know.
standpoint, no.
Okay. I just kind of try to will myself to target him without releasing the spell and find no purchase and go, curious. All right. Have a good
I
one.
wiggle my fingers back at you.
Toodaloo.
Dionysus, as you start heading out, having just done the attempting to target him with that spell, I need you to make a what would be that proper roll? Need to look at a character page real quick. Don't care. I'll claim that later. I need you to make me a intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence?
Yes.
Yeah, no. I did not make it.
What did you get as your total?
3.
I'm guessing that's a nat 1.
Yep.
Okay, with that nat 1, okay, this is gonna get fun. I need you to now make me a opposed grapple save, opposed grapple check at disadvantage. DC. We'll say DC 20.
Jesus Christ.
You had to roll a nat 1.
Yeah, no way. Actually, without disadvantage, I would have made it. But no.
between both of you, Cassius and Fubar, what are your passive perceptions?
This sucks ass.
14.
11.
Dio, what is your passive stealth?
Higher than 14.
My passive stealth would be 19.
19. All right. The two of you don't hear the door open, but when you do look around a moment later, Dio is gone. Dionysus,
Okay.
as you get to the door, thinking over in your head of like, it's weird that spell doesn't gain purchase when I targeted him. As you reach for the door, you notice that your hand is like a midnight black, like Vanta black. And as you stare at it for a second, it quickly like shoots up your arm over your, like including your clothing, and takes all of you with it, leaving behind your mimic, who quickly just decides, I'm gonna be a box by the door and like just wait.
Okay.
When your vision comes back to you, you are in the sub-basement of the Siren's Sanctuary, in the room that would be like your hidden gathering room down there. And you are surrounded by shadowed figures. All of them chanting something in Elven. You
Which I
can't
understand.
quite place what it is, but you are pretty sure that what they are chanting isn't exactly Elven itself. They're using Elven as their core point for arcane speech.
Okay. I do have the Amulet of Tongues on still, though. So
Yes, arcane speech for casting a large-scale ritual still is gibberish in magic, but you understand with that talisman and also knowing Elven that you've heard this spell before. This is what your history check was. This is what your failed history saving throw was. But it's intelligence, so yeah, your past is coming back to haunt you even more. But now in person. You know this ritual that is being cast. This is a banishing ritual.
targeting me?
Targeting you. More
Okay.
specifically, it is targeting your shadow.
This is a ritual, right?
Yes.
I cast Dispel Magic at 4th level.
I need you to roll me a d20.
That is cocked. Natural 20.
roll me 2d12s. Tell me the higher of the two numbers. Basically, you're rolling me a d12 at advantage.
9.
Of the original 12 people that were surrounding you, 3 remain as your spell ruptures out of you. You can tell that these 3 do not have the strength to continue this spell on their own without restarting it and repositioning themselves. And they start doing so. They go from being in a close proximity near you, near each other, to basically making a triangle position around you. And start chanting again from the beginning.
Somebody better explain what the fuck is going on.
They don't respond.
I cast Bane, targeting all 3 of them. I need charisma saving throws. DC 16.
One of them
Anyway.
succeeds.
Okay. That means attack rolls and further saving throws from them get a minus D4. Fortunately, rituals aren't quick. Do they make any other moves, or do they continue the ritual?
They're continuing their ritual. Though, one of them, the one directly across from you, that, like, when you were originally starting, he is slowing down his pace on the chanting to keep in rhythm with the other 2.
Okay. Are we in dim light, or is this room brightly lit?
This is dim light.
Excellent. I shadow step to directly behind
Your spells go off of charisma, correct?
they do.
I need you to roll me a charisma check.
So just add my charisma score?
Correct. And your proficiency modifier.
Okay, so 24.
As you start like trying to dip into the shadows, you feel tension in your shadow movement. And this is the first time you actually felt resistance trying to do this. But a moment later, you're able to step through it as if trying to push open a heavy door. And you make it behind the other person.
I lay my hand on the back of their neck and cast Inflict Wounds.
This is the one that passed.
Yes. It's no saving throw. I have to roll an attack, and my attack roll is 24.
You hit.
That is a bullshit damage roll. Fuck that. 10 points of necrotic damage.
Mark 1 point of damage onto your page. As the person who screams out sounds exactly like you as they fall to their knees in pain. And the 1 point of damage that you feel feels like someone stabbed you in the back of the neck.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I'm in an illusion?
Yes, you can.
21.
Not only are you not in an illusion, you realize that these people are connected to your shadow in a way that you've never noticed before.
Do I know the effects of the major Arcana cards?
No.
Okay. And the chanting still hasn't stopped?
One person has. The other two are still going at their very slow pace. So you can tell that those two started from the top.
Yep.
It's technically your move.
Yep. Are they... What is that? How close are they together?
They're about a 30-foot space between them.
Shit. Okay. As the one in front of me drops to his knees, I raise my hands again, and 6 floating balls of fire start orbiting me. As I launch one at each of them, I need them each to make a dex save, and they get a minus D4 to that roll.
You said 6 orbs?
I have 6 floating around me. I can only send out 2 per turn. So I send 1 at each of them.
One on the left. One on the right. Both of them fail.
Okay, so they'll take full damage. The one on the left takes 8 fire damage. And the one on the right takes 12 fire damage.
Mark 2 points of fire damage onto yourself as the front of your clothes singe and both of them drop to the ground, getting knocked backwards. The one on the left a little bit less shocked than the one on the right, but both still hurting. And all 3 of them sound like you.
The chanting's stopped now, though, right?
Yes.
Good. I grab the one in front of me by the neck and lift and turn them to me.
When you look at their face, it's your face, but completely dark. Even your dark vision is not registering any proper definition.
I let my rapier form in my hand. And as I grab the front of their clothes, I put the tip just under my shadow's chin. What do you want?
For you to keep a promise.
I don't even know what that is.
Promised to forget. You promised to leave it behind.
And if I don't remember making such a promise, can I be beholden to it?
Yes.
Only by those strong enough, and I'll try and thrust the rapier up through the chin.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
$12.
You start the thrusting process, but you immediately feel the blade starting to go into your own neck and pull away just in time for it to actually start hurting. Your body realizes that how you hurt them hurts you. And this particular pain, your part of the back part of your brain is having a hard time coming to grips of maybe you can survive this. You don't know if stabbing this person through the throat will kill you.
Yeah, I get that, but right now Dio's not in a state to care too much. He's going off of instinct.
You can try again and have your Constitution saving throw this time at advantage. Your DC is 15.
Instead of stabbing him, I drop him, and I'm going to twin spell Witch Bolt at each of the others.
All right.
The one on the left is a 26 to hit,
It hits.
right? Is a 16 to hit.
That also hits.
Okay. The one on the left takes 2 points of lightning damage. The one on the right takes 11 points of lightning damage.
As you take 2 points of damage, feeling the electricity running through you, you feel that reverberate in through your spell as you almost start feeling a feedback loop. But after that first hit, it only hurts the one time.
As I feel the damage, I grit my teeth, but I maintain the concentration on the spell and maintain the connection to the other two.
It takes but just a moment for the other two to just vanish into a wisp of shadow.
I feel my connection to you. I don't care. What is going on?
You're starting to remember. Break your spell.
My spell.
Yes.
I have nothing to do with memories.
It's more than memory.
What happened?
You left the court.
What court?
Court of Eladrin.
I'm no Eladrin.
Not me.
And what happens if I break this?
You return.
I think they're seeking me out anyway. Who are you?
Your shadow. Your promise.
Get out of my spot.
Life can never be simple, can it? I slam two of the meteors that are still. No, they would have fizzled out when I cast the witch bolt. Never mind. mm. And why did I leave the court? Why would I banish my own shadow?
You've said it before. You hate bureaucracy.
It's not enough to cripple oneself.
If you could do it again, to leave the barony and not have to worry about it. Forget it all. Go back to your simple life, would
I might bitch, but I care about these people.
That's why you broke your promise.
By caring?
I willingly continue.
Oh, nothing's going to stop me. But I'm curious as to when this promise was made. I have no gaps in my memory to speak of.
Are you?
Somewhere in my 90s.
That is 0.
That would be an entire lifetime.
For elves.
That would be an entire lifetime. And any promise I made, that's a lifetime of experience taken away, if what you say is true. That's an entire lifetime of change. What I promised then holds no bearing now.
We will see. You will see.
Who else knows of this?
All of the other Eladrin. You're the one who taught them the spell.
Be gone.
As you say this, he vanishes away, and a few torches that have been down here flicker into proper view. And we're standing in the room with the lieutenant.
The fucking lieutenant.
Who looks horrified.
I need to speak to your boss. Now.
As you wish, my Baron. As he stands upright, for the first time you notice his actual level of tricks that he uses, as he starts moving away, moving absolutely silently at a pace that you're pretty sure only Cassius could possibly keep up with. Maybe Fubar as well.
I just look around the room.
On the walls, you see in 9 places shadows plastered to the wall. like memories after an explosion.
I sigh and I walk over to the first one and lay my hand against it.
As you do so, you hear the sound of a child laughing. You almost recognize this the voice.
Pull my hand away and I walk. And I do the same with each shadow.
And the next shadow,
Follow.
you hear a woman arguing with someone. No actual words. It's as if you're hearing it through a wall. Extremely muffled. Each one seems to be a memory. And when you get to the last one, you hear distinctly your voice through this wall arguing with someone for just a short moment. And that's all you get, is just a muffled yelling between you and someone else that you don't quite recognize.
I sigh one more time. I glance at each of the shadows in turn. And just begin heading up, muttering to myself. It's never what it appears, is it? There's always deeper layers, deeper levels of intrigue. And you find yourself at the center of it always. Thanks, bud. It's not late in the day. It's like early mid-morning, right?
Yep. You head back upstairs?
Sorry. Sorry, I gotta check on something here real quick.
All right.
Before I step out, I find a shaded corner and I pull out my cloak that we got from the library. I throw it over my shoulders and I transform into a bat. And I fly up to the roof of the Siren Sanctuary.
As you make your way up your way to the roof, Cassius and Fubar, please roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Dio, are you trying to stealthily fly up there or just bat fly up there?
I'm just bat flying.
15.
11.
Fubar, you definitely notice the bat that is flying up. And as a note, this bat is flying up less than a minute after Dionysus said that he would be heading out to check on something.
Okay. Do I notice anything weird about the bat?
It's pretty early in the morning.
Oh, it's during the
you've not-
day.
It's during the day. You've been running around this place for a couple days now with Cassius. You've not seen any bats before now.
Okay, I follow it. Hey, Cassius, I think we got something interesting up here.
Yep. I don't even see the bat. I'm just following. Doing something hard. Let's go.
When I reach the roof, I just transform back into myself. I walk over to the edge, sit down, legs hanging over the edge, and pull out my pan flute and just start playing a low song of a song that I'll remember from my childhood of, remembrance and letting go. A funeral song. And just sit there playing it from the edge of the Siren Sanctuary, staring out over the bay.
It does have a ridiculously tall roof.
Why I chose it. It's the tallest roof in town.
Well, dum.
The two of you are able to make it up there with him.
That sounds deep.
Oh yeah, it'd be like a 12-12 roof. Like it's
No.
It's a 40
I'm talking to Dio.
I continue playing for a few seconds and let it trail off.
You okay, man?
And it felt appropriate.
You're not looking so hot. Also, you disappeared on us. What the
Well,
fuck was that?
what the fuck indeed. Well, if my shadow is to be believed, our friend Cassius here isn't the only one with a partial racial change.
Now that is deep.
Oh,
Apparently, I demoted myself at some point.
Demoted. That sounds elven for
now?
only the elves would use that kind of term when mixing race.
I didn't say Cassius was demoted. I said I was demoted.
That still sounds fucking elvish. That still sounds really sick.
You might not be an elf, but what's above an elf?
We're
All
all
A
all
fairy.
elves will agree.
above an elf.
Who
I'm not
said,
an.
who
like a
said
fairy,
a
a
one
fairy.
in our spot?
Only thing that I know of is my ancestors. They were the first. But it's not a demotion.
So you were a dragon?
Me, myself, no.
No. Dio was a dragon and demoted himself? Wait, what is an elven dragon?
No, Cassius.
You're
If my shadow is to be believed, I only remember a tenth of my life. And I spent the other 90% of my life in the Eladrin court.
So you were royalty before
Oh.
you became royalty.
Fate is a twisted child. And I'm
Jeez.
going to confirm this story with the only Eladrin I know
You're
on the mortal realm.
you're like a century old, right? And you remember a tenth of your life. So you're 10 times older than that, or you only remember 10 years of your life?
Apparently 10 times older than that. I've lived nearly millennia.
But that's
Wow.
shit. I was happy with a century. Damn.
I guess I see why you would count that as demoted if you had that kind of lifespan versus what you are now.
I thought I was but a fresh young mind in this mortal world. I still do. I don't have the memories of that time. But there's someone who should. Someone who owes me answers. Someone who's met me and didn't say shit.
Maybe they weren't supposed to?
That's a poor excuse.
If they weren't supposed to, they knew
Well,
the
maybe
path
they,
I was on, and they broke my promise as well.
well, what if they promised you they wouldn't tell you if they saw you again?
But they allowed me to continue on a path that would apparently break my promise.
Okay, and what promise is this?
Apparently, to not be in a position of power.
Huh?
The Belladrox allowed me to sign and become a baron, knowing, if all of this is true, that it would eventually break the shackles I apparently placed upon myself.
Well,
So-
you did it to yourself?
Huh.
I don't fucking know.
Damn, your life is wow.
I don't know. I don't even know my own life, apparently.
Now that sucks.
It does. Some
I have
experience.
been fighting tooth and nail to forge my own path and get rid of the whims of others. That was
Now you-
even when I was a small-time smuggler. And then this was thrust upon us. And we're fighting to buck expectations and do something new. And I find that no matter what I do, there's someone with their finger on the fucking pulse, pulling strings. And then I find
Jeez.
out that I might be one of those same assholes.
Okay, so then you got promoted to a human, a decent being then. Ye gods, man.
So, DM, I would like to hand Dio the note. I don't know if Dio can read it.
It's written in Hordun, which is
Okay.
common for this continent. You can read it out if you'd like.
He sent it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. What the heck?
I don't think it was literal. But apparently I might be related to the weird metal elf, but
Oh, that sucks.
If it's any consolation, Cassius, he's absolutely terrified of me.
oh well, that's cool.
That could be worse.
It's a complete turnaround from yesterday.
Yeah, he was a snooty SOB.
I think I was someone important.
And now you're important again. And that's
But
breaking your promise to yourself. You
like
know,
what?
oh, could it be because you were an asshole and you were tired of being an asshole and you're actually getting a second chance at this?
Apparently, it's because I hate bureaucracy. And I do. Don't get me wrong. I think that's innate to me. But some things will never change. But just because it's unsavory doesn't mean it's not necessary. And I think that's what broke my promise, is I realized that the unsavory is sometimes necessary. And I'm willing to put up with it.
Could it be that you didn't find it unsavory for a large part of your life until something happened and you started to regret a lot of your decisions? And that's why you...
Who knows?
I mean, and yeah, I think
It
it's speculation.
it doesn't do to speculate without someone who can confirm. And for that, I await a meeting with Villadrox. The lieutenant will arrange it. But
Okay.
either he will come here, or I will be going there.
No, if you're going, we're coming with.
Yeah.
Sorka's gonna fucking kill me.
And that's the reason we're coming with.
You don't have your mimic right now, do you?
I look down and I'm shirtless.
Exactly.
No, I don't suppose I do.
It is cold up here, isn't it?
It is in the middle of summer. Well, nearing the end of summer.
It feels rather nice, but I suppose I should go find the fellow, right?
Yeah, I don't think having a mimic running around town would be very good for its health.
How do you call a mimic? Is he trained? Is he house trained?
Dan? You call him Dan?
I call it Mimi.
Maybe.
Mimi.
Hmm.
It's like mimic without the C.
Nah.
Didn't say I was very original.
Do you sing it like you're clearing your throat? Me, 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 me.
To be honest, it usually just stays nearby and begs for scraps.
So more than likely, where was the last time we saw him with his shirt on? In the bar.
Oh yeah.
In the bar.
So maybe it's there, which could be both good and not so good.
Yeah, maybe we need to get to the bar. I at least got to get to the bar. Dio, I forgot you can play music and shit. Like, you're definitely going to have to play here, right?
I suppose I can do a show or two.
Outstanding.
Even only remembering 90 years, it feels, and to be honest, I've been a bard, performer, petty thief for most of my life, but it feels like a lifetime ago since I've really used those skills. So much has changed so quickly.
Yeah, but I gotta go find this mimic.
Yeah, let's not have Panic in the bar. Now, Panic in the Disco, that's an entirely different story.
I mean, it would be, but there isn't any anymore.
He's still around.
Do you know how many times bands say they're done and then come back? He'll be
Right.
back.
Oh, Brendan, there, he's still doing his shit.
We're not sure anymore.
Oh,
Well, the whole big split. I don't know if that means it's the entire end of the
No,
name.
Brendan Urie said he
Because
wants
he's
to be
never
done
been around.
performing at all for now because he wants to focus on his new baby.
that would be logical.
Yeah.
He's got a kid, supposedly.
That I don't know.
No,
Very.
that's what I'm being told right now. He wants to focus on the baby, which, yeah,
But Panic at the Disco. I've never been much one for disco, but me and the Mimic, that might be an interesting act.
that could definitely be an interesting act.
There could be a lot there, yeah.
Build it up to a rampage, and while it's terrorizing the audience, I can play a theme song for it.
Or it's chasing me, and I'm just hopping from table to rafter to.
I don't
That way,
like
it's not.
the mimic idea.
That's why I suggested it. A rampaging mimic, not a good thing, but it chasing me because I picked something off of it that I shouldn't have.
We might have to have what? Let us know when the theater's open, Cassius.
Absolutely.
We promise not to terrorize the audience too much.
Deal. Well, I mean, worst case, you're the Baron. What are they would like?
He has a point.
Like it, like they won't just boo the theater. We'll have riots in the streets if you're bad.
March on the manor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure there are no rotten tomatoes. Don't want to get any bad reviews.
Let's go find the Mimic.
Yep.
You head downstairs and back into the bar. Nothing seems out of place. The box that had been described near the door is not near the door.
Okay, there was a box here.
You know, I saw that box and I was like, why did I leave that box there? I don't remember leaving that box there.
Ah,
I scan around the entire room looking for anything that seems out of place.
He's not magical, right?
He is not magical. But Cassius and Fubar, you notice that there is a third cup over at like a third bench where you had originally been sitting and drinking over at the bar.
okay, there's an extra cup there. Could that be him? Him? Her? It?
I pick up the cup and just go, I'm feeling a little breezy. Do you mind?
Do you actually like look into the cup?
Yep.
There's an eye looking back at you that blinks.
I'll get you your breakfast.
And then it just goes around your hand and turns back into your shirt.
I pick up the other cups and take them into the kitchen. Just cleaning out.
Not that I'm not proud of my body, but going around bare-chested makes some individuals uncomfortable. Better with a shirt on.
I mean, Cassius is typically like just has a sack under his jacket to cover up his. Oh, Cassius looks under his sash. Is that big scar that was originally there? That's gone.
It's not gone, but it does look like it has been filled with
Like
copper.
soldered copper. Ooh.
Ooh, you know, like that that Japanese art form where they
Where you fill
rebuild
in
something with gold.
Yeah. Oh, I can dig it.
I sit down and I send get ready to send 2 messages. The first is to the lieutenant. I apologize for my earlier demeanor. I will be heading back to the manor. Keep me updated on when and where I need to be, please. Thank you.
Was that using sending?
Yes.
The Belladrox will meet you at your manor in 1 month's time, my dear Baron.
My second message is to Sorka.
Remember, sending is a 25-word max.
I know. It's short. She's going to be annoyed.
Oh, goody! So we're going to be able to see her beat on you.
Sorka. Long story short,
Oh God.
I might be in a Ladrin that's a millennium old, and the Belladrox is coming to the manor in a month.
You're an idiot.
She
And
got
I'm
the message.
annoyed.
Sorry, what?
And I'm annoyed.
I like to think that it's you're an idiot, and then like the words are all silent, and then like the times it took for that like still happen in there in sending, right?
Yeah, I was right. She's annoyed. She got the message. Well, get anything you want done around town. I plan on leaving in the morning. I've
Sounds
got,
good.
and let's see if we can get that crew up there quickly. I want to get started on that project as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And yeah, we'll head out in the morning.
What project?
What project?
The project you're talking about.
No, you said project.
He said project.
Fubar, how much of digging into my past have you or your mistress done?
I've not been told anything. Mainly because I can't keep a secret.
Yeah,
Fair.
that sounds about right.
Ah,
So maybe it's best I don't know about this project.
What project?
that's fair.
Okay. Got it. But I might let slip that I know about a project at the manor, but I don't know what the project is.
There's a
And that,
bunch of projects at the manor.
okay. So we're good.
Fubar, you're gonna fit right in.
I'm glad you're positive about that. I'm not so sure yet. You guys are rather crazy.
Yeah, and well, to give you a better sense of my motivations, I see myself as that fun uncle that, kind of leads everyone into a bit of chaos.
I know that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and you, Fubar, are a child of chaos.
Considering the reason I was assigned here, yeah.
You're going to fit right in.
Okay.
The rest of the day goes without any other issues. The night passes. Morning comes. Midday, Dorka makes it to the manor, and as the three of you head out, your trip back up to the manor is uneventful. We will pick up at the manor itself in 2 weeks. So, until then, thank you all for watching. I hope you had a grand time. As always, be well, roll safe, and enjoy the tavern. Bye.